Welcome to Hot Topics. It seems like you guys really wanted me to talk about some of the hot topics that's going on in the Korean entertainment industry, so maybe this will become a series, I don't know. We're gonna be going down CancelKorea, Woojin's case, and Fanatics case. I also personally got a lot of hate through this CancelKorea on my TikTok, so many racial things targeted towards me or Koreans, and I know my audience love to have a discussion on my channel, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. Even though it's cloudy today, I think my outfit's on point. Yeah, it's supposed to be stringy like this. It's pink and orange, and I thought this was so cute. Before we get started, you guys know sponsors help out my channel so much to continue making these videos for you guys because I put a lot of hard work in this. So today I want to say thank you to HelloFresh. HelloFresh gives you a pre-proportioned ingredients and chef-created recipes delivered right to your door. Beef bulgogi meatballs. We have bulgogi recipe, Korean recipe here. That's so cool. This is the winner. When I first got the box, it was so exciting because all the ingredients and ice was in there, so your ingredients stay really fresh. There's easy instructions here that I'm going to be following. I have a tiny kitchen, and guess what? I was able to make a gourmet meal with HelloFresh. As you guys can see, there's less food waste because it is all pre-proportioned ingredients. HelloFresh has so many recipes to choose from. If you guys are vegetarian, they have vegetarian options, family-friendly, low-calorie recipes. There's really something for everyone. I am so busy this week, so I didn't have to go all the way to the grocery store, come back. It was right at my door, so it saved me a lot of time. For the sauce, we have sour cream, and we have a little tiny sriracha. Look at this. This is my first meatball that I've ever made in my life. That was so easy. All the going in. You can recycle and reuse the items that comes with it. The whole cooking time took only about 30 minutes. There is no way that I made this. This looks way too good. It smells like bulgogi. Ah! I was afraid it was not gonna taste like actual Korean bulgogi, but this tastes like the actual one. This was delivered right to my door. It was so fresh. You guys should at least try it once. This was so fun. If you guys do, use my code for $80 off. Additional restrictions apply, and go to HelloFresh.com to try yours. Now first, let's go into the CancelKorea. Now I honestly did not want to make this video right away when it was happening because I know when things are happening at that moment, it could be very sensitive. So I'm sure by now you guys know what the whole CancelKorea thing was about, but if you don't, let me sum it up really quickly. It all started with the Filipino-American TikTok star Bella Poarch, which I've seen her videos before, and she is so pretty, and like she has millions of views per like video. One of the videos she showed a new tattoo that she got, and this tattoo was a Japanese imperial flag. A little background of why Koreans are so sensitive about this flag is because of the history, and this history was not that long ago. Flag sign was used during the brutal occupation of Korea back in 1910 and 1945 by the Japanese. If you think about it, honestly, it was not that long ago, meaning there are people still alive today in Korea and in a lot of Asian countries that went through this war, and they're still alive today and they're sharing their stories, and it's a sensitive topic still because it hasn't been that long. Even my grandparents growing up, they had to learn Japanese because it was like a law or rule because it was still occupied by the Japanese when even my grandparents were growing up. So Bella Poarch quickly apologized, and she said that she did not know about the history at the time, and I totally understand because the younger generations, because we weren't affected directly, we might not know the history, and also if it's not directly applied to your country or culture, it might not be as sensitive. She started to gain a lot of hate and comments about it, and later she said she will remove it, apologize, and you know, things should have moved on right then and there. Of course, you know, there had to be people to come and ruin this, and there was a comment directly targeted to the Filipino culture. One of the main comments I've been servicing was the poor country, non-educated people, short people comment, and I believe there was some other comments made by some Koreans, which is absolutely wrong. You should never target someone's culture or race. Of course, I hope you guys understand that this does not define every Koreans out there, but of course, because of this comment made by a Korean, you know, it started a whole race war. You should never target someone racially, and if anyone has been affected by this comment, I'm so sorry, because this is a very offensive thing to do. If it was even even in my position. Of course, some people were commenting saying that the Koreans were triggered at first because, you know, when someone uses this flag, it's an immediate insult to, you know, the Korean culture. So a lot of Koreans could have been, you know, very angry and they could have said something like this out of anger. But still, even out of anger, you should be the bigger person and you should never say something like this. Now, there were a lot of tweets, you know, became like trending #1 in Twitter, such as cancel Korea. All I say is Filipinos are not made out of plastic. Koreans calling Filipinos ugly without knowing that Filipino is not ranked #2 when it comes to having beautiful people. And it seemed to a lot of people like a "you started first" thing on Twitter. So how are Koreans reacting to this? I've seen a lot of comments in news medias and what people are commenting, and a lot of comments here by Koreans are mostly sorry and they can't understand why some people had to be so stupid and start this race war thing. I honestly wasn't aware of the situation at first until there was a lot of people attacking my TikTok. Back in July, I made a TikTok POV, which is just a role playing in TikTok that we do, and this was a POV duet that I did with Neva Rose. Love her, shout out by the way. And it was a Miss Korea versus Miss Philippines POV thing that I did a long time ago, and because of this cancel Korea, all of a sudden this video started blowing up with so many comments. Cancel Korea to reduce plastic. No to walking plastics. Plastic versus natural. At least we're not plastic. Surgery is a must, LOL. So she thinks her skin is whiter, so she wins. But don't worry guys, I was not offended at all. You know, I just let it go because I knew this was a sensitive time at the moment. But there was a YouTuber, I'll link it right here, and I really like what she said, and she said, what is the point of all this? Because now, you know, we're just shooting racist comments on each other when the first point was, you know, pointing out someone should not be racist. But now looking back, I know that there's also a lot of supportive people. Someone said, peace for my country and for your country too. Spread love, not hate. I really wish that we could come into peace and have love, and I'm so sorry that these things had to be going on, especially with Korea. And that's the beauty of online, where we can use it in a positive way, where we could share cultures and learn about each other. So I'm really hoping that we can get stronger from this and just spread a little bit of more love. So next topic is the Woojin Scandal. I honestly didn't even know who this was until the scandal happened. Woojin used to be in a group called Stray Kids, and he left the group for unknown purposes, personal reasons. We really don't know why. But there's many different reasons why a group member can leave. Usually, I'm not saying this happened to this person at all, but from what I've heard in the past with other groups, you know, with the 2PM Park Jae-bum, with Hyuna leaving the group, you know, there was a lot of people that left the group in JYP. Sunmi left Wonder Girls as well, but there are a lot of cases when groups would leave because of bad behaviors. Now, this could mean anything, you know, it could be, you know, sometimes you were dating and you're not listening, you're affecting the group or things like that, or if they see some kind of behaviors that in the future it seems like you're going to be causing trouble for the group or the company, they'll let you go. That's not 100% of the cases, and maybe there's this personal reason that we really don't know about, so please don't judge until we know. Now, you guys already know what happened with Woojin. I don't want to get this video demonetized. I have to say, this topic is only talked about in the Western countries, like in America or non-Korean. When I tried to search this in Korean, there was literally nothing that came up except one blog post. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is not a topic in Korea. Like, no one knows this is going on. I guess because the people that was accusing Woojin are not Korean and they're speaking English. And it could also be potentially because these alleged encounters are false and hasn't been taken as the truth. Woojin and his company 10X denies all accusations. So number one thing is that Woojin's company 10X is fake because people could not find information about it. The Twitter account apparently was made only the day when they wanted to speak about this incident, which I don't think is the case, honestly. I do think that this is a very new company. Maybe like there's a lot of celebrities who make up their own companies with, you know, a manager or very small staff and crew, and a lot of people could not find any information about this company, so people thought it was fake. But of course, you have to search this in Korean. This company is not going to pop up in any American sites. So if you go to Korean sites where you register yourself as a Korean company, yes, you will find this 10X company that was registered back in, I believe, July. So at first, these tweets were getting a lot of heat, but later on, the 10X company were trying to prove that this was a fake story, where one of the girls posted a picture allegedly saying that she and Woojin met up and was having a drink at a bar. But later, this evidence photo happened to be a picture that was stolen from another person's Instagram that had nothing to do with this story, which later made a lot of people not believe in this this girl's tweet anymore, because in a lot of these fake stories, you know, people will get the picture from just online randomly and they will post it to pretend that it's theirs. In the Korean blog post about Woojin and this case, like I said, it's very rare to find, but most of them were actually reviews saying that this story is not true. A lot of Koreans are saying that these tweets look very suspicious. It seems to be like a fantasy made up story compared to someone that was sharing their true honest experiences. Especially with the fake picture and everything, a lot of people were doubting this in the Korean side. So I'm just throwing out the evidences that has been surfaced. You guys do whatever you want with this information, but if this was true and that these girls have been affected, I mean, it would be really great if they would come forward and talk to the police, especially if they're in Korea, which they said they are. Right now, I believe these girls have not come forward other than the anonymous tweets. So the last topic, we're gonna talk about the Fanatics case that's been going on. This is really weird because I saw the video, and at one point in the chat, one of the staff members or someone says that this is another member. I don't know, which I'm not sure why a fifth member is hiding and not in the VChat rooms. I don't know if she's not ready to debut or something, but for right now, let's call it a female staff member. One of this female staff member comes to give a jacket to cover one of the girls' legs. Covering someone's short skirt or legs is actually a very respectful thing to do in Korea, so I think she was just trying to do that because she saw that the girls were a little bit uncomfortable. A little bit later, we hear a man's voice like hit or slap someone and say, and then you hear a man basically saying, "Are you dumb? I'm trying to show their legs," and I think he cursed as well. So something like really creepy that went on. I'm gonna be honest, I am honestly not surprised that these things happen. I'm just surprised that it happened in a live and it was caught and people are talking about it, which is a good thing because, you know, in my old companies and what I've experienced, I've heard this so many times where a CEO or male staff will yell at another female staff, will yell at the trainees or the girls. You know, it happens all the time, honestly. A lot of these CEOs and staff members who are in the higher positions in a company think that it's okay to do these things because they're higher level than them. It's been going on for a very long time, but I'm really glad that people are being caught for this and they're being called out for it so they could change the way they run things. So I really want to know what you guys have thought about these topics today. Thank you guys so much for submitting these hot topics for me to talk about. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell because I reply to all my early birds, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a magical day.